Quality and standards in the care home sector need to be high, especially with an ever-expanding and ageing population. But where is the next generation of leaders going to come from? Well, that's the challenge accepted by the National Skills Academy for Social Care, who've launched a new graduate management training scheme and opening the gateway to a managerial career in adult social care. Lloyd Bracey has this report.
When the sun comes out at Pembroke Lodge, so do the residents. There are only 16 of them here, one reason why they say this feels more like their home than a home. And when Joy Davitt left university with a degree in psychology and set out on a career in social care, the National Skills Academy's graduate course matched her to Pembroke Lodge. Far from putting her off, a few distressing cases of abuse elsewhere in the country made her realise she could be part of change.
It was the bad practice that drew me, and it's the good practice that's going to keep me in the industry for a long time. I've always wanted a career, never been satisfied with just having a job for the sake of having a job, and I think with all the austerity and the bad practice that was going on around the time that I applied, it just seemed like an area where there was a movement to make a difference within a sector, and I thought that's what I want to be a part of. I want my job and my career to mean something.
There's certainly a role for her and people like her in an industry that must keep pace with the needs of an ageing population. Those who've been in the business for many years see recruiting tomorrow's leaders as a vital part of its future, of society's future.
It's changing. It's very exciting. I'm really excited about where the industry's going now. And I think there's a great future for all young people and anybody that wants to come into it. And I think the graduate scheme will help by the graduates actually coming in from a different perspective, and as they become managers, they will influence change.
The NSA is leading by example with a leadership qualities framework that can be adapted to any level.
The Skills Academy is here to really strengthen leadership in social care at all levels of the social care workforce. It doesn't matter if you're an apprentice or a graduate trainee or a registered manager or you're a board member or a chief executive. You can do something to strengthen your leadership behaviours and deliver better care.
The other part of the equation is changing the very way we think about this kind of care. The rare bad headline saddens the 2 million people employed in social care and makes them even more determined to show how transforming it can be. The sound of children playing is nothing unusual at Birtley House near Guildford. It's an example of how good social care is part of the society around it, rather than separate from it. The annual sculpture exhibition is a high point, but there's always something going on.
It grows out of a long period with my grandparents and parents having been running the business before us, and it's based on loving care and a family atmosphere and community engagement. Our residents want to have a quality of life, and they don't want to be shut away in an institution which is disconnected from all that's going on around them. As the demands of older and older people pile up, we're just not going to be able to cope with it unless people engage with it and actually make some effort themselves to do something about it.
Young people like Joy, already an operations manager at the age of 24, are part of that engagement. She's seen what can be done, and with the industry behind her, she's doing it.
It's certainly not for the faint-hearted, but it's the most rewarding and the most fun job that you could actually have. Every day you get to engage with new people, and I wake up every day thinking, what am I going to do today? Because it's always something different.